made it imperative to provide some clarification on the news that the federal government had provided a subsidy for electricity. She stated that there is no government policy on subsidies but debt accumulation, wondering why the Enugu state government is placing more burden on the Gencos who bear the brunt of unpaid subsidies. Ogachi warned that the 45 naira per kilowatt being covered leaves a 60% cost gap that the Enugu State Electricity Regulatory Commission assumed would be filled by the federal government despite no official or crash-backed subsidies in place. Now in Lagos, the National Industrial Court of Nigeria has described a null and void the 2021 termination of the appointment of an assistant lecturer in the Department of Law, Mr. Bamishaye Olutola, by the University of Lagos. Mr. Olutola sued the university challenging the termination of his appointment because it violated Section 18 of the University of Lagos Act, which requires the University Senate to investigate allegations against any staff member. In suit number NICN LA 441-2021 between Mr. Bamishaye Olutola as claimant and the University of Lagos as defendant, Olutola contended that his employment remained valid due to the illegal nature of the termination. In the judgment delivered on July 17, 2025, Justice Nkechi Aneke of the National Industrial Court of Nigeria, Lagos Judicial Division, declared that the claimant's appointment as lecturer still subsists. In Rivers State, meanwhile, a federal high court sitting in Port Harcourt has adjourned precedent to October 13, 2025 to allow President Bola Tinubu, the Attorney General of the Federation and the sole administrator of Rivers State, to respond to an affidavit filed by a civil society organization, Initiative for Freedom, Conflict Prevention and Social Integration. The suit challenges the legality of the president's declaration of a state of emergency in Rivers State. In a separate but related case filed by the same organization, this time contesting the National Assembly's ratification of the appointment of the sole administrator, retired Vice Admiral Ibok Ete Ibas, the court similarly adjourned the proceedings to the same date. The adjournment was granted to allow the plaintiff's counsel to serve hearing notices on the National Assembly, which was yet to present in court and had yet to file a formal response. The civil society organization is questioning the National Assembly's authority to constitute a committee to oversee emergency governance in Rivers State, as well as its role in approving the state's 2025 budget. In Kano, the Emir of Kano, Muhammadu Sanusi II, has called for stricter punishment for perpetrators of gender-based violence. The Emir, who spoke while receiving a delegation from the Development Research and Project Center and the Bayero University Center for Islamic Civilization and Interfaith Dialogue, decried the rising cases of rape and domestic violence in the state. The visit was part of an advocacy project aimed at mentoring Muslim opinion leaders to help combat GBV in predominantly Muslim states in northern Nigeria. He stressed that Islam honors and protects the rights of women and condemns those who misuse religion as a justification for abuse. The Police Service Commission has approved the promotion of 12 commissioners of police to the next rank of Assistant Inspectors General. The Commission also approved the promotion of 16 Deputy Commissioners to Substantive Commissioners and 27 Assistant Commissioners to Deputy Commissioners. The Commission refused to promote one Assistant Commissioner of Police who was said to be absent during the promotion exercise, but his name was not mentioned. The Commission also approved the promotion of 145 Chief Superintendents of Police to Assistant Commissioners, which included General Duty police officers and specialists such as officers from air wing, medical doctors and dentists, pharmacists, lab scientists, physiotherapists and nurses. Others, air priests, air wing and aircrafting engineers. 29 superintendents of police and specialists were also promoted to the next rank of superintendents of police. The Commission also approved the promotion of 38 deputy superintendents to the next rank of a superintendent. And that ends the Globe on Aneke TV. I am Amaka Nichi. Good morning.
di ekwe yibo do.
Obeba ya kwabo.
Na ma na mu kwado ndi ni ma showo. Di ekwe yibo do de. Bo da mu na bu.
Iya.
Yibo do de ke.
Iya.
Bo da mu no goro mo bu ke ke bo do de ke. Ayi de ke je bo do de ke bo mo ga shi o do bo ko ma sha mi do de ke ti lo.
Lele ma lo lo ko. Wo ele yo babari. Wo bu ji be go je ka kala. Wo la ke do ku bi de ya do lu bu la bu le je no ke do wo. Dulo to goro. Iya.
Mo ta mo te wo bu ma tu. Mo na yi de ni ba ku ku. Mo ta ma la ku ko ta de ni da ma jo. Ọmọ bọ́ọ̀gbẹ̀.
Iya, ọ gara achọ. Ọ dị iwu ọrụ ka ọ ga-eje. Ọ dị iwu ọrụ ka ọ ga-eje.
Ọmọ bọ́ọ̀gbẹ̀.
Ije wee gide bụ Igbo, ọbara jere ugwu so. Ebe bụrụ oworo ugburu jede. Okere jere ugwu so ebe bụrụ oworo ugburu jede. Ebe makwala onye uche dịrị eji na nka dọrọ enye ọka.
Good morning, Nigeria. It's exactly 9:19 a.m. and you're watching Sunrise on Aneke TV. Your favorite way to start the day. I am Aneke and we are live here in Enugu.
And I am Faith Wins. Thank you for waking up with us. Whether you're already at your desk or still trying to ease into your day, we're glad that we're part of your Tuesday morning routine.
And it's the 22nd day of July 2025. It's a beautiful rainy Tuesday morning, I must say. And as always, we are here with the latest news, the weather reports, headlines, sports, and stories to brighten your day.
So wherever you're watching us from, maybe from your home or in your office or on the move right now, just grab a coffee or your notepad, or it may be just take a deep breath. Let's take you on this new day together.
Okay, so moving on, we'll kick off with a motivational quote. You know how it is here on Sunrise and Aneke TV. We always drop a quote that keeps you motivated, something to spark inspiration and help you set the tone for a productive and meaningful day.
And then we'll get you into our top stories for today, covering the news you need to know without any noise, actually, just the facts and the context.
And you also get the full weather breakdown from here in Enugu to other parts of Nigeria and beyond. If you're stepping out, we've got you covered.
Sports lovers, stay close. Gideon will be joining us shortly with the latest results, the transfer stories, and highlights from the world of sports.
And then later, we'll flip through today's newspaper headlines, unpack what's on the front pages, and spotlight what matters most to you.
And finally, we'll wrap things up with a smile, of course, looking at today's holidays and peculiar global observances. Trust us, there's always something really fun to learn.
So starting off, let's start with our quotes for the day. And this one comes from Martin Luther King Jr. And it says, "You don't have to see the whole staircase, just take the first step." I'll take that again. You don't have to see the whole staircase, just take the first step. What do you think?
This one is definitely for anyone who is maybe feeling overwhelmed today. And you may not exactly have all the answers yet. And that's completely fine. That's completely okay. What matters is that you are on the move. Just take a move. Even if it's just one step forward, just take that step.
Absolutely. And let us know what you think about this quote. Let's know how this quote actually resonates with you. You can drop your comments on all our social media platforms. We're on Facebook, Instagram, X, and of course right here on YouTube, all at Aneke TV.
All right, so we'll go on a short break right now. Don't go anywhere. Keep watching Sunrise on Aneke TV.
Bishop, whoa, whoa, whoa. ya agela bayo mwaje galo bodu buji.
We're glad you're still with us right here on the show. All right, let's talk about what the skies are saying today. First up is Enugu. So in Enugu, expect a cloudy morning with chances of light showers later in the afternoon. Temperatures range between 23 degrees Celsius and 28 degrees Celsius. It might be one of those umbrella in the back kind of days.
And in Oka starts off wet with light rain through the morning, but things clear up later. Daytime temperatures are high around 26 degrees Celsius, so expect some thunderstorms later tonight.
Over to Abakaliki. It's mostly cloudy throughout the day. Light drizzles likely in the afternoon. Temperature is mild between 24 degrees Celsius and 28 degrees Celsius.
Meanwhile, for Owerri, we see gray skies and scattered showers are expected through the day with temperatures between 22 degrees Celsius and 27 degrees Celsius.
And Umahia, expect showers in the morning, partly clearing by afternoon. Thunderstorms could roll in the evening. Temperatures hover between 23 degrees Celsius and 28 degrees Celsius. So stay safe and dry out there.
And that's your weather check for today. Stay alert and plan your movement accordingly. Up next on Sunrise on Aneke TV is a sports update with Gideon. So don't go anywhere. We'll be back.
If you thought the skies were dramatic, wait till you hear what happened on the pitch. Up next is Gideon in the studio with the sports update. Hi, Gideon.
Hi, Faith. The sky is actually dramatic this morning. I woke up to a very strong wet Tuesday morning. I think it's actually a very strong, good one. It's really not going to deter anybody from going to,
Of course.
going to the workplace or going to the market to go and look for money. Anyways, how are you doing? Faith,
I'm very well.
Amaka, I was thinking this wet Tuesday will make you stay back up home.
Shake pepper. I'm not staying home.
All right, good morning, Nigerians. Good morning, sports lovers. So much to talk about today. We'll start with Chan talking about the Super Eagles Team B. Remember, they've been in Ikene, Abeokuta, where they've been preparing for the 2024 Chan competition that is supposed to be hosted by Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania later next month. So 35 players already in that camp. Unfortunately, we have just 28 remaining because some players were seen not to be eligible to play because most of them have gotten some foreign engagement. Remember, for you to be in Chan, you must be a player in any local club in your country. So for Nigeria, if you're not a local player, that means you are not eligible to play for Chan. So in Ikene, Eric Chelle we are waiting for him to release the final list, 25-man list, later to Nigeria, Kenya, Tanzania, Uganda, later next month. So for Doka said that every player there is actually experiencing a lot of pressure. Being in Ikene for 2 weeks, and most of your team players are expecting you to make the final list. So everybody is just, if you are done chances of going to abroad, at least by help Nigeria win that particular game. But let's see how many of them like in their group. I know of the competition Mape Stadium that is Dar es Salaam, Tanzania. Anyways, let's see how it pans out. Nigeria, for me, a lot of analysis will be going down with that list to know whether we are ready or not. All right, away from Chan, let's talk about the big game coming up later today. We'll be talking about that, prepping your mind. Cons will be in action against the Bayana of South Africa. 5 p.m. is the time. And that game will be coming up at in Casablanca, Morocco, where the tournament is being hosted. A lot of people, prediction has been coming up for quarterfinals. We saw the intrigues where the Copper Queens, that's the team from Zambia, they made a lot of mouth touting, but Nigeria went into that game, finishing them 5-0. In fact, it was a very big humiliation for the Copper Queens. But this time around, they are meeting the Nigeria Super Falcons, who are the most successful team. They won it for 9 times, going for the 10th title. And this game is a decider. The best female national team in Africa I think is between Nigeria. It is arguably actually between Nigeria and South Africa. That's my own opinion. They are the biggest. What he said yesterday, some quarters are saying that news was fake, but has a signature. So until 26th of this month, when African Women's Nations Cup will come to completion, they will know whether Shola will resign or not. She's already 30, and I was thinking that she could continue playing football even after 30. She'll come up by 8 p.m. For Nigeria game, it's 5 p.m. Anyway, from football, let's talk about tennis. Venus Williams is coming back to the court. U.S. Open will be starting next month. Venus Williams hinted yesterday that she will be coming back to the court. Now, away from that, Atlanta, Ademola Lookman is looking good to go to Inter Milan. In fact, with the report we got yesterday, Inter Milan are prepping so much, bringing out so much money to take this man out of.
Remember, was it last year or 2 years ago? There was this season Nigeria was beating South Africa in almost all the games, and it caused a lot of uproar on social media.
Sure.
So
South Africa is coming again.
Yeah.
South Africa is coming again in the female folk. The female folk, even in the last African Women's Nations Cup in 2022, they defeated us in the group stage. So it's a group stage. So it's actually a retaliation, for the Super Falcons later today by 5 p.m. So let's see how it pans out.
All right.
All right, thanks, Gideon, for the sports updates. We'll take a break now, and we'll be back with the newspaper headlines. Stay connected.